guys, so I picked up some Sanwa Generation 2 silent buttons. So if you remember for one of my other videos, I bought Generation 1 Sanwa buttons, which I didn't really like. These Generation 2 buttons, they're meant to be the truth. Gen 1, original Sanwa. And we're gonna put the Gen 2 button here. So before we do the swap, we're gonna just compare the Generation 1 versus Generation 2. And a little sound check so you can hear the difference between the two. You can also see within the Generation 1, you can see that there's a cushion in there which gives it a different feel than it should. So the reason for that cushion is to essentially dampen the noise of the when you press the button. But it came at a cost. So the cost was that it created a different feel to the button itself. So when you pressed it, it didn't really feel like you didn't get that sensation that you pressed that button, if that makes sense. But this has been rectified within the Gen 2 button, so there's no cushion in the Gen 2 button. So what we're doing now is a comparison between the original Sanwa versus the Generation 2 silent button. So just so you can hear the difference between the two. We're going to skip the installation stage, but if you want to know how to install some buttons, make sure to check out my video in the top right hand corner. I basically give a run through of how to install the buttons. It's an easy, quick process. And remember guys, like, comment and subscribe. Installation is complete. We have Generation 2, Generation 1 and then the original Sanwa in that order. In action, the Gen 2 buttons are a true sequel to the original Sanwa button. So there's none of that mushy feeling that we had with the Gen 1. So when you press a button again, you feel that feedback that confirms that you actually hit the button. Whereas with the Gen 1, what you had was, because of the cushion in there, it didn't create that same sensation that you pressed the button fully. If we're listening closer, you can actually hear that the Gen 2 is louder than the Gen 1. These buttons are the truth. They are what we should have had in the first place. You guys should definitely pick these up if you want some quieter buttons, and they are very identical in touch to the original Sanwa. Check the link to the end if you want to see some more arcade buttons and stick modifications. I'll catch you next video. Peace.